Welcome to the Boxing Hour podcast with Mark Abrams. We have a loaded show for you this week. Some great fights last week, some great fights coming up this week. A lot of very meaningful fights over the last weekend and this week. And we got two big guests for you. Brandon Figueroa and Angel Barrientes will join us later in the show. Let's kick it off last Saturday night, the Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York, and Flushing. WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson went to 24-0. He defended his title against interim title holder, previously undefeated William Zepeda, 33-1. Scores are 118, 110, 118, 109, and 119, 109 for Shakur Stevenson. Terrific outing. I think he needed a guy like Zepeda, a guy who's going to pressure, be in his face to kind of see some of the tremendous skills that Shakur Stevenson has. He looked very good. His best performance as a pro, in my opinion. A, because the opposition. B, like I said, Zepeda brought out some of the tremendous and endless skill set that Shakur Stevenson has. Former, in the main event, WBC super middleweight limit, Hamza Sheeraz went to 22-0-1 with 18 knockouts. Stopped Edgar Berlanga, who's now 23-5 in 5 rounds. Sheeraz dropped Berlanga twice in round 4, viciously stopped him in the 5th round. Berlanga talking a lot of mess all week. I still don't know why he was going at it with Oscar De La Hoya. De La Hoya had nothing to do with the fight. I mean, Sheeraz has nothing to do with Oscar De La Hoya, so I have no idea why he was going after Oscar De La Hoya. Nonetheless, the self-proclaimed king of New York is, kind of maybe kicked out of the royal family for a few minutes, a few days, few months, as Hamza Sheeraz gets the knockout, and big things are ahead for him. Maybe a fight with Canelo Alvarez. As Sheeraz is one of, as Turki Al-Sheikh has done these fights, he's got a few handpicked guys who he's, I guess either he's big fans of, really enjoys watching, whatever. And Hamza Sheeraz is one of them. So he may try to match up Sheeraz and Canelo Alvarez, especially if Canelo gets through with Terence Crawford in September. Former IBF world champion Subriel Matias is now the WBC super lightweight champion. Very close 12-round majority decision. Scores were 115, 113 twice, 114, 114 for Matias. Matias is he's one of the guys I like watching fights. He just all action all the time, throws a million punches. Puello did a great job countering. I mean, that was I went on Twitter earlier this year and said this is one of the best cards, the best pay-per-view cards in a long time. And it really delivered Saturday night. So Matias will look to now face Dalton Smith in November. That's going to be another great fight. That show in November is shape up to be a really, really good card. November 22nd in Riyadh. Matias, Dalton Smith will be one of the main fights on that card. And the first main fight of the pay-per-view card, WBC, an unbeaten. Hold on one sec. Here we go. Former world champion David Morrell went to 12-1. Scored a 5th round knockdown of Iman Kitaev, and Morrell gets the win by scores of 95, 94, 96, 93, and 95, 94 for Kitaev. Kitaev now 10-1. Morrell now 12-1. Again, another very entertaining fight, close fight. A lot of people, especially on the broadcast, thought Kitaev deserved better, but did not get the victory. So David Morrell will probably see in a big fight later this year. A lot of guys out there, kind of like Callum Smith looking for a dance partner. Wouldn't mind seeing Morrell and Callum Smith get it on. The night before in the borough of Manhattan, Katie Taylor made a 3-0 against Amanda Serrano as she won a majority decision, 97-93 twice, 95-95 for the native of Dublin, Ireland. She did it in a different way. I mean, the first 2 fights were a classic slugfest, which was what everyone was hoping and expecting on Friday night in New York. But Taylor went back to her gold medal amateur days, darting in and out, moving side to side, countering, and she landed just as many punches as Amanda Serrano. Serrano threw a lot more, but judges like the economical precision of Katie Taylor. And now, if both these girls retire, hats off to both of them because they've done so much. They've shown that given the right fight and right styles, these fights can really sell. They've sold out the Garden twice, fought in front of 78,000 and close to 100 million people on Netflix in the second fight. So Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, I expect them both to fight. I think Amanda moves back down and maybe fights the girl we're going to talk about in a minute. I would like to see that fight. I mean, what's left for Katie Taylor? I mean, third fight with Chantel Cameron. She, when asked about that in the post-fight press conference, she didn't seem all that interested in trying to settle the score, them being 1-1 with Chantel Cameron. I think Katie Taylor may call it a career, and God bless her. She's became an inspiration to female fighters around the world, and she's a megastar in Ireland. So I expect her to, be a big star if it's not after this fight, in her retirement. So just a great fight. I was kind of at the fight. I was there, but because some people don't understand their job in boxing. I'll get that on another podcast. I have a rant I'm saving for a rainy day. That my seats weren't too great to begin with, but I found a great seat for the last three fights of the night. Results: Alicia Baumgartner retained her 130-pound undisputed title, 10-round unanimous decision over Jennifer Miranda. The fight of the night saw Shadaza Green win a split decision over Savannah Marshall to become a unified super middleweight world champion. Ellie Scottney retained her world championship, 10-round unanimous decision over Yemelith Mercado. Chernika Johnson became the first ever Australian to become an undisputed world champion, as she's now the Bantamweight championship, 10-round unanimous decision, 9th-round stoppage over Sharetta Metcalf. Chantel Cameron, 10-round unanimous decision over Jessica Kamara, and Ramla Ali got a gift 8-round decision over Leila Furtado. Tam Tebow stopped Mary Casamassa in the opening bout. So good night of boxing. Again, an unbelievable crowd, 19,700. And you could hear every one of them on their feet during that main event. This week got a boatload of action. The undisputed heavyweight championship of the world takes place at Wembley Stadium Saturday afternoon in the United States, live on the DAZN pay-per-view, $59.99. Alexander Usyk takes on Daniel Dubois in a rematch of a fight that I thought Dubois should have been awarded the heavyweight championship of the world. I thought he knocked out Usyk with a clean body punch right on the belt line, and Usyk was down for about 10 minutes. Somehow they called it a low blow. Dubois lost his confidence, kind of went in the tank during that fight. Usyk got the stoppage victory. I think Dubois learned something in that fight. I think he's on a roll. I think he's confident. And I already know that he can knock out Alexander Usyk. And I have a funny feeling that somehow, some way, he's going to win this fight on Saturday in front of, a huge crowd in his home country in London, England. Saturday night, $79.99, Amazon pay-per-view, ppv.com. The WBC welterweight champion of the world, Mario Barrios, takes on Manny Pacquiao. He's back. The Pac-Man is back after a 4-year layoff. Got his ass kicked against Yordenis Ugas. I don't see how Pacquiao is going to be better against Barrios than he was 4 years ago, 46 years old. I'm picking Barrios. I'm actually hoping. I love Manny Pacquiao. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Manny Pacquiao fan. But if Pacquiao wins, there's already rumblings of a fight. The first fight was the fight to save boxing between him and Floyd Mayweather. This might be the fight to ruin boxing if him and Mayweather get it on again. So let's see what happens. Mario Barrios, Manny Pacquiao, Saturday night at the MGM Grand. Loaded undercard. Good, terrific pay-per-view. Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora it was a headliner on a pay-per-view last year, and that fight delivered. It was a great fight, bloodbath. We're going to see the second awesome fight between these two. I like Tszyu to get even in this fight against Sebastian Fundora. Isaac Cruz takes on Angel Fierro. Fierro and Cruz got it on a pay-per-view undercard. I think it was it Benavides and Andre last year. That was a war. They're going to go to war again Saturday night in Las Vegas. I like Cruz again in this fight, but again, another war. And the opening bout, The always entertaining Brandon Figueroa takes on Joet Gonzalez in a featherweight bout. And earlier this week, I had a chance to talk to Brandon Figueroa, and this is how it sounded. Now joining me on the line is Brandon Figueroa, who takes on Joet Gonzalez July 19th as part of the Pacquiao Barrios card. Brandon, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Just finished my 2 training sessions today, this morning, and feeling great, man. About to eat some tilapia with some veggies and, just relax.
You're making me hungry with all that talk. Uh,
uh,
real, that's a good segue to start. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the fight, article came out last week. You kind of changed up camps a little bit. Talk about that.
yes, sir. Yeah, I told my father after my loss to Fulton, I said, Dad, thank you for accompanying me in this journey, but I think it's time that you put me with someone that is really going to take me to that next level. And my dad made a few calls. He connected me with Manny Robles, and I came to Cali, and we've been working hard ever since, and the chemistry has gotten better. And Manny Robles just has so much knowledge, and just very happy, content. Can't wait to go out there and showcase what we've been working on.
Now, obviously, your father, like you said, I know a lot of times in sports when you're with a coach so long, maybe you just need a different voice. It was pretty much as simple as that.
Yeah, pretty much, yes, sir. Yeah, me and my dad both agreed, and obviously my dad wants me to be the best version that I can be, and me too as well. I want to give the fight fans, I want to give the boxing world the best version of myself, and give great, exciting fights with great, exciting opponents. And Joet Gonzalez is a great dance partner. This is July 19th.
Right?
So yeah, we made changes. It wasn't easy, but sacrifices have been made, and we're just a couple of days away from my fight, and I feel like me and my dad agreed on the perfect call, and like I said, I just can't wait to go out there and showcase what we've been working on.
Let's get into the nuts and bolts of the fight. Joet Gonzalez, a guy a little bit like you. He doesn't mind a good scrap, like Brandon Figueroa does. Talk about Joet Gonzalez. What does he bring to the table July 19th?
I mean, he's gonna bring grit. I know he's gonna come with everything. He looks like a very hardworking gentleman, and a great dance partner. Like I said, it's a great fight. It's gonna be a very busy night for the both of us, and the punch count is gonna go up like crazy. So I'm just very excited, man. I'm just very excited to give the fans a great show, and none other than fighting under Pacquiao Barrios. It's gonna be an amazing card, along with the other champions. So just, yeah, man, just very excited, very happy.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, is this fight still at 126 or is it this 130?
126.
126. So you're staying at featherweight. What's the goal? The goal is I know Fulton now is going up to looks like 130. The rumors are he may be fighting Oshaki Foster later this year. Is it kind of maybe to slide in and get that title back?
Um, at this point, whatever me and my team decide, but I do want to be champion in 126 for sure. One last time before I move up to 130. But as of right now, whatever me and my team decide to do, that's what we're gonna attack, and we're ready. We've been working, and we're ready.
Yeah, I know you're never one to make excuses, but the last fight against Fulton, I expected you to much like the first fight, really move your hands a lot. What was the difference in that fight as compared to the first time you and Fulton met?
Trying to change the style a little bit. I feel like that's what affected me. Trying to change what I do so best, and yeah, like you said, I'm not gonna make any excuses. I'm not the type to make excuses. It was a great fight. I learned a lot from it. It just wasn't my night. A lot of people already knew. They messaged me right after. That wasn't you. That wasn't you. And yeah, it just wasn't my night. But I came back stronger from that, and gonna definitely what's it called, pay back my fans, because I felt like my last performance wasn't the best of my ability, and that didn't sit right with me. So definitely this fight, I'm coming with everything, and I'm gonna showcase that old Brandon. That Brandon everyone misses so much that I throw 1,000 punches. So that's the version of Brandon that I'm gonna bring out this fight, and I'm coming with everything. I'm very hungry, uh, and I just can't wait. I really can't wait.
And much on that same level, they keep bringing you back, win, lose, or draw on these big pay-per-view cards. You're always right in the middle of it, right on the pay-per-view section, because you always bring it. So I mean, how does that make you feel that they know, because people are paying their hard-earned money to watch these fights, that Brandon Figueroa 99 times out of 100 is going to bring the action?
No, yes, sir. Of course. I just need the perfect dance partner, and we can dance all night. Entertain the fans and give the fans a great show. I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight. I'm here to scrap. I'm here to do whatever it takes to pull out the win. And definitely this fight, I'm gonna come out very aggressive. And I just can't wait. I feel great, man. I feel really great. So just gonna finish camp strong this last couple of days and enter fight week great and head into the fight sharp and give you guys a great show.
The fact that you got Isaac Cruz and Fierro who put on a war the first time, the chances are that they're going to have a similar fight. Is that going to inspire you? Because people were talking about that fight the last time they fought. Now it could be Brandon Figueroa, Joet Gonzalez, and that type of fight. Is that something you envision?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the styles are there. The styles, we have a very distinct style, very similar but distinct styles. But it all shows that it's gonna be a busy night. It's not gonna be a matter of time until we both are in the pocket, exchanging blows, and may the best man win. But yeah, it's very excited for the card as well. Pitbull Fierro, Fundora, Tszyu, and Pacquiao Barrios. You got a stacked card, and I'm the opening bout, so I gotta warm up the fans.
Bet you if I asked you a couple years ago, you'll be fighting on a Pacquiao card, you probably thought it was crazy because he was much into his retirement. Now he's coming back. What's that mean to you to fight on a Pacquiao card?
Man, it feels amazing. I feel like it hasn't really hit me, but it's barely hitting me, and I feel like it's not gonna hit me until fight week. But yeah, man. I mean, I would never imagine. I would watch Pacquiao on HBO Max when I was like 10 in middle school, I think, and not even knowing that I was even gonna do boxing professionally. Like it was just a thought in my head. Like it was my dream as a kid, but never did I imagine that I was gonna be opening the card for Pacquiao. Saying it now is just seems so surreal, and couldn't be any prouder of me, myself, God, and my family, man. It's my family has literally helped me along the journey, and I love my family, man. They've always been with me every step of the way, and I know like I said, I had to make some sacrifices, and if I have to sacrifice them as well to become the best version of myself, then I would do so, and they completely understand where I'm coming from because I really want to take this to the next level. And like I said, if it means sacrificing my family, my close ones, to really lock in and really give it my all, I would do so.
Last couple of questions. Last time we did an interview like this on the Zoom thing, you had the dog. Where's the dog?
Oh, the dog, Juno. She's back in Texas. Yeah, she usually comes with me and my whole family, but this time, like I said, since my family's not here, she's not here. But yes.
Sounds like a real strictly business trip. You didn't bring the dog along, so.
No, yes, sir. This camp was different. I wanted to make a lot of changes, the right changes, and just lock in.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we let you go? See you Saturday night, July 19th, live Prime, Amazon Prime pay-per-view. What do you want to say to the fans out there?
Yeah, if you don't watch it on pay-per-view live on Prime Video, pull up to MGM Grand Arena. It's gonna be an exciting card. Opening show is obviously gonna be me and Joet, and we're gonna finish it off with the cherry on top, Pacquiao Barrios. Definitely you're gonna get your money's worth from start to finish, and I'm very hungry, very exciting. Thank you for this interview, and big shout out to everyone. Thank you, God, and thank you to all my fans and supporters out there. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And I'd be remiss. Fundora and Tszyu, they beat the snot out of each other in their first fight. So it's going to be a tremendous night of boxing, especially with Figueroa take on Joet Gonzalez. Brandon, thank you for a few minutes of your time. We wish you best of luck. We'll talk to you along the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. There you have it. There you have it. Brandon Figueroa takes on Joet Gonzalez. So I mean, I like Barrios in the fight. I like Brandon Figueroa, Tszyu, and I will take Isaac Cruz on the 4 fights on Saturday night live from uh, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. Saturday night on the Zone from Dallas, Texas. WBC super flyweight champion Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Big fade over Fomalele Cafu in a unification bout. He's the WBO champ. Cafu, WBC champ Rodriguez. Rodriguez already has his fight with Fernando Martinez set for November. So as long as he's not playing look ahead, I think he wins this fight easy. Bam Rodriguez, one of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound. Again, that's on the Zone. So you got DuBois and Ustk during the day. You got Pacquiao Barrios pay-per-view at night. You got on the Zone. You have Rodriguez and Cafu. So you're a boxing fan, and I'm going to be in Pittsburgh. If you're in Pittsburgh, come out to watch a big fight card in Washington, PA, just outside Pittsburgh. It'll be live on Sportsnet Pittsburgh, by the way. I'll be behind the microphone calling the action. Johnny Spell takes on a fighter named Chancellor Battenberg. Should be a good fight there. So Sportsnet Pittsburgh. So you have a full night of boxing action on Saturday night. Friday night in Orlando, Florida, Gergon Hovhannissian takes on the former super middleweight Chris Thomas. I've seen Chris Thomas since he was a kid in this game. He's going all the way up to heavyweight to fight a big, huge heavyweight Gergon Hovhannissian. Also, Angel Barrientes takes on Jorge DeJesus Romero. Barrientes is another guy who, big-time prospect, suffered a loss. Now has won a bunch of fights in a row, and he's looking for a big action fight with Romero, and a win gets him a bigger fight down the road. And earlier this week, I had a chance to talk to Angel Barrientes, and this how it sounded. Now joining me on the line is Angel Barrientes, who takes on Jorge DeJesus Romero on July the 18th in Orlando at the Cree Real, live on the Zone. Angel, how you doing?
Hi, thanks for having me on.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So we got this big fight coming up against 21-1 Jorge DeJesus Romero. Big test for you coming up on July 18th.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Tell us about him. What does he bring to the table?
I don't really know too much about him. I know, he got a good record. He's coming to try to beat me, and I'm going to be ready. I've been training real hard. I've been sparring with the best sparring partners, and, this is all I've been looking forward to, and I'm ready to get this belt.
You've won 10 straight fights since your lone setback. What's been the difference the last 10 fights out?
Every fight I've just been getting bigger, stronger, older, faster, So every fight I feel I've been learning more and more, and just stepping it up each time.
This fight is for one of those regional WBA titles that's going to, hopefully with a win, put you into the world rankings. Did you think it would come so fast, especially after the aforementioned loss? They 10 fights, and you're already fighting for a top 15 ranking.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the competition I've been fighting, I've been stepping it up each time. So testing myself each time, and I don't think this fight's no different. And I think I'm 100% ready.
Like mentioned, he's 21-1 on paper. It looks to be the toughest fight of your career on paper. You just defeated a fighter in Canada, Alexander Castellanos, who was 11-1-2. Talk about like the whole process of moving up in terms of, like you said, better competition with each fight.
Yeah, I mean, I've been stepping up competition. Each fight I've been doing, I've been, stepping it up and having no problem. And, this is no different, man. It's going in there against a, good fighter, and I know he's going to bring it, But, I mean, I've been in the gym sparring everybody. I sparred with Tank, Shakur, Devin, people like that. So people I'm fighting nowhere near on the level of the sparring work I'm getting.
Everyone wants to know with those guys all circling each other. I think I'm gonna get the politically right answer out of you. Who's the best one out of those guys?
Out of the best one, I don't know, man. I think styles make fights for sure. So like that's something we gotta see. But I think they're all great fighters. Everybody I sparred, I take them, take away from each and every one. I mean, just I've been having like great camps, great opportunities. I've been training with Mario Barrios every day for his fight against Pacquiao. So I'm in there doing a world champion, camps, and this fight I'm gonna show it.
You could give a scout report. How is Mario looking ahead of the Pacquiao fight?
Mario's looking like a dog. I think he's gonna go out there and win for sure.
I mean, and you're talking about, I mean, all these guys that you've sparred with Tank and with Shakur and everyone else like that. How much has that contributed to this great streak that you're on?
I mean, everything, man. Everything happens for a reason. So just being next to some world champions, I've been next to Mario, running the mountain, doing strength and everything he's been doing. So, I surround myself with people like that. I got to go out there and do my best, and I'm gonna put on those type of performances.
What did it tell to you? I'm sure you already knew beforehand. You went on the road. You went to Toronto, up in Canada for your last fight.
Yeah.
First fight outside the United States. You've been fighting mostly on the West Coast, California, Vegas, those type of things. Now you went all the way up to Toronto to talk about that experience.
No, that was a good experience. I fought another tough guy that was coming to win, and I went out there. He had a lot of fans out there, and it was a big promotion, big card, a lot of lights on me, and I went out there and did my thing.
Sounds like I saw a lot of your early fights when you were fighting on a lot of those PBC undercards and so forth. You're kind of being brought around, brought up the right way. You're, like you said, you're slowly increasing your level of opposition. Then you got a taste of going on the road. We talk about moving a prospect or developing a prospect. Sounds like you're getting a little taste of everything as you move on up. Is that the way you feel?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I got the right team behind me. Box Lab. I got Bob and Ustk Jr. Helping me make the right steps, and I trust my team 100%. So I feel like I'm moving at a good pace. I'm only 22 years old, and I'm in the rankings, so I couldn't ask for anything else.
Talk about, you mentioned Bob, that being Bob Santos, your trainer. He's a guy that you mentioned Barrios got a great camp around it. What's it like? I know you mentioned all the sparring partners, but the guys who are training next to you on a daily basis, it's a real good camp that you got out there in Vegas.
Yeah, for sure. I got a real tight team. I got everybody around me is good people. Louis DeCubas Jr. has been popping in, and Bob Santos. My promoter Amari, and I just feel like everybody around me, on the right path. So that's where I feel like I'm going.
Now I mentioned, you were the kind of like these PBC early undercard fights. Now you're main event, co-main event next week on DAZN. What's that like? You mentioned about more eyes being on you now. I believe this is the co-main event to the big heavyweight fight with Gurgan. I don't know if you're the main event or he's the main event.
Yeah, I think I'm co-main in this one. But I'm excited, man. I've been fighting since I was a kid. I've been, as long as I can remember, I've been fighting. So this is nothing different. Co-main event, just another day in there. I'm going against a good fighter, and I'm ready to go out there and let my hands go.
I haven't seen the bout sheet. Is Chavez on the card as well?
Yeah, my brother's fighting on the card. So we're gonna take over the show. Me and my brother, we're both fighting good opponents, and we're gonna go out there and steal it.
Now, last time I interviewed, I think I interviewed you. You and your brother, you guys were doing some modeling. You still doing that stuff?
Yeah. We're still modeling. We're still staying busy with modeling, but right now I've just been locked into camp, so haven't done none recently.
What was the latest? What was the latest thing that you modeled?
Louis Vuitton. We did that last year, so Louis Vuitton was the last one. That was a good experience.
They give you the product?
Nah, we just went out there. They pay us good. You just go out there, look good. That was out in Paris Fashion Week, so it's been a while, but hopefully after this one we'll get back.
Paris Fashion Week. So you're with all the good looking people out there, huh?
Yeah. We're out there. We're tall, we're skinny, so we got the look.
Well, let me ask you a question. This just popped in mind when you said that, and we mentioned about going on the road, fighting in Toronto, and so forth. You're going to Paris. You're walking a runway. You probably saw a lot of famous people like within 5 feet of you as you walked up and down.
Yeah.
How can you correlate maybe some of that stuff? Does that maybe help take some pressure off when you're going in the ring, that knowing that I mean, I'm sure it's a similar type of nervous feeling about the walk around maybe as to go in the ring, except you're not getting punched in the face while
no, I mean, it's totally different. I mean, the names at these fashion shows are crazy big. You know, we see these people, meet these people. So I'm actually more nervous on the runway than I am in the ring. Yeah, like I don't really get too nervous in the ring, but walking the runway, I was more nervous. I don't know why. Probably just because more newer. But yeah, I mean, I think it definitely helps going in there. You know, I don't feel nervous at all, no matter who's watching.
Have you been walking a runway? Have you been starstruck? You see someone sit in the front row, and you've seen someone oh my God!
Yeah, it's just surprising. Like you see these guys on TV and on your phone and stuff, and next thing you know, they're right in front of you. So I mean, it's cool. It's cool, but it's good to know you're just one of them. You know, you're in the right place. You know?
Can you name a name? Give me someone who's you've seen there.
I mean, we've seen like Brad Pitt was watching the fashion show, people like that. I mean, probably a lot of celebrities that I know that you guys don't know, but just crazy names, you know, you see out there, people just watching you, and you just get to know that you're in the right place. You know, you belong with those people.
Have you? I know you fought a lot in Vegas, and obviously we both know is always a big celebs ringside to fight in Vegas. Yeah, I'm just thinking these questions off the top of my head. Have you ever been in the ring and you seen someone famous in the ring?
Yeah. I mean, I sparred Tank Mayweather when was in his corner. You know, cornering against us. You know, I was fighting one time at the Cosmo. I was walking out, and Chino Maidana he was like, "Let's go." So, people like that is really cool. You know, just to know that they're watching.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you on Friday, July 18th, live on the Zones? You take on Jorge DeJesus Romero for the WBA. I gotta get this one down. WBA Continental America's Super Bantamweight Championship.
Yeah, just tune in. You know, I'm ready. I'm coming. You know, I'm coming. Letting my hands go. So I'm gonna go out there and give it my all, and you know, I'm gonna take that belt. Just make sure you guys tune in. Me and my brother are gonna steal the show.
Well, I'm sure everyone who's watching is going to catch you in the ring, but if they don't catch you in the ring, maybe they'll catch you. Maybe this will help me get viewers another genre of audience. So maybe the fashion people will be watching this too.
Yeah, maybe they will.
Congratulations, all your success. We wish you best of luck. We'll see you in the ring next Friday night.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank Angel Barrientes Friday night on DAZN takes on Jorge DeJesus Romero in a big fight. One news item this week: big card was announced November 22nd. We mentioned in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, David Benavidez takes on Anthony Yard. In one of the fights, Devin Haney against Brian Norman is another card. We mentioned Dalton Smith and Subriel Matias. Fernando Martinez and Bam Rodriguez. I think there's another fight or two to be added. It'll be a massive event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, November 22nd. Looking forward to that fight. So that's our show for the week. I want to thank Brandon Figueroa and Angel Barrientes for joining us. We already have a couple interviews in the can for next week. Top Rank does their last show on ESPN. That's one of the headline fights of the week. That will be Xander Zayas going for his first world title. So I want to thank everyone for joining us. Don't forget theboxinghour.com, 15rounds.com, the two best boxing websites in the world. We'll always have all the big fights. We'll be ringside, fight coverage, columns, news, interviews, audio, video, you name it, we got it. And we will talk to you again on next week.